Very much all I could ever ask for. If you asked me for one thing in this world, it'd be a melta charge. I never thought the one thing I would want more than anything is a gosh darn it melta charge. Do you have one now? Has your store refreshed? Trade. Just no. Nothing. Also sell all junk. Thank you. Who would have one? Poor vagrant, Carver Brute. Who is Dauber? Okay, but back to Upper Town. So now the Baron should fork over all of his knowledge. If not, I'm gonna have somebody stab him. I think that is like legitimately the only option presented to us. Like I've tried being, you know, nice acolyte, and if that doesn't work, then we know what to do. I think. Maybe. God Emperor, help them if they don't give me. I don't even know. I forget what information. It's been such a whirlwind of trying to get this one piece that, like, not gonna lie, I'm sitting here like, what information did I even need from him at this point? No, I'm just like, wait, I needed something from him. If I was gonna find a melta charge, I feel like this would be the place, right? And we haven't found one, which is weird. I mean, also probably a good thing that the Baron isn't just leaving like melta charges everywhere. Like, oh wait, what is this? I didn't know. Like, that was not there was no warning. I just clicked on a door. Was there a warning that we got 12 hours ago and I didn't know? I did not want to fight everyone and their mother to know what was behind the door. I was just innocently looking for a melta charge. And bros are out here trying to do a murder. Okay? That was what? That was an over. If you've ever wanted to see the definition of an overreaction, that was it. Mm-hmm. And what the heck he got behind that door? The God Emperor himself? I don't think so. Unless Big E is behind that door. I mean, if he is, bless, I'm sorry to have disturbed him, but I don't think Big E was behind that door. He got other things to do. He got a throne to sit on. Not be here in the middle of nowhere. Okay, yes, I would like to go upstairs alone. They make me go. Okay, here we go. I did as you requested. The generator is working. Yay! The Baron raises his eyebrow. What's this I'm hearing? And Upper Hivers lifted a finger to help out Marisportum. Somebody pinch me. He barks a laugh. He traces an arch in the air with his glowing IO stick. Fair enough. You've just caught me by surprise. If you're serious, then thank you, Upper Hiver. You've given some desperate folk the chance to hang on just a little longer. I appreciate the effort. If you want, take a look at what we have in the warehouse. Good work deserves payment. Is that the warehouse now? From our previous chat about the excavation, the Baron frowns, thinking, let's just say I wasn't totally forthcoming. And the situation, it's not what it looks like. Do you know the whereabouts of the workers? No, no one knows. You hear their drill wherever you go in Marisportum, but one day there was nothing. I sent people out to find out what had happened. They just disappeared, dump all their valuable gear, tools, weapons. Just when we started looking around, the freaks from the swamps arrived. It was like they'd been sent there on purpose. We didn't have a chance to even say a word to them before they were on us. I've got to say, my lot gave those bastards a good hiding. The Feistline's missing from the excavation site. Do you have it? Of course I have it. I couldn't leave it just sitting there for anyone to grab. What if the things from the swamp had got to it first? Or worse, the flock? Or those scumbag from the feral? No, better lock it up safe and sound. You want it? Take it. I've got no use for Feistline. The Baron's smile is both obsequious and mocking. Oh, all at once, huh? Did your gang loot the excavation site? Us? Looting. Never. By the throne, The Baron frowns and then suddenly leans forward closer to you. I was saving our hides. Can't you see, Upper Hiver? First, someone from the spires has a small army of assistants vanish without a trace of Maris Boredom, and then they find footprints from those damn bog beasts everywhere. The owner of the excavation site wouldn't care who's at fault. They'd just burn us all. That's why I took precautions. I made it look like Arsimius's followers did it. Hid the traces of the beak-faced bastards. Had my people paint the flock symbols all over the dig site. I also drowned a few of the traders in the sea, disguising them as workers. 2 groks is 1 shot. Oh my god, he's such a dumbass, but not at the same time. I reckoned that no matter who came to investigate, they'd probably check out the site before just burning all of us indiscriminately, and that they'd spot at least one of the false trails I'd left. Who could have guessed they'd send somebody with actual brains? The Baron chuckles humorously. I knew we'd get the blame for it, so I took steps to protect us. I caused some chaos, but the truth is, me and mine didn't touch any of the workers from the excavation. I value my life. If you ask me, it's all the flock's doing. Wouldn't surprise me if they all really had confused the minds of those poor sods, and then... People are disappearing. Are you responsible? No. The only people I disappear are my own. They overstep, they steal Gurgisum if they get too cozy with the flock. I've got names and witnesses for all the people I've disappeared. Some of these disappearances happened very publicly as a warning to the rest. See those ones up there hanging from the ceiling? But the disappearances among the ordinary folk, I've had no hand in those. Tell me about the bog beasts. They're Xenos, the kind you can put up with if they stay out of the way and out of sight. They came through the tunnels from another Hab zone after the first sea quake. They thought they could do as they liked, started eating whoever they came across, but they liked divers the best. My carvers had to put them in their place. They drove the scum further out into the marshes. My people don't go near them these days, on my order. There's nothing out there anyway except those Xenos and the Ferals. Are you telling me the Xenos just accepted their defeat and didn't attack any more locals? The freaks didn't have much choice. My people nearly wiped them out. But while we were busy with them, the Ferals went crazy and started walking around Maris Boredom like they owned the place. We had to choose between killing the swamp creatures or losing the town. I picked the third option. Their leader came crawling to me to offer a pact, a truce, and I agreed. I gave them permission to live in the swamps and to eat the Ferals. I've got to say they've done well. There's hardly any Ferals left, and in return, they promised to stay out of my town. The Baron's face darkens. They broke their word. The bastards violated the truce when they attacked my people at the excavation site. Do you believe in coincidences, Upper Hiver? I don't. I've got a lot of good fighters. A lot of good fighters have gone missing lately. I'm sure those creatures are hunting them down on purpose. No matter. I'll make them pay for it. Exactly which of the nobles in the spires are you brewing Gurgisum for? Since you put yourself out on behalf of us mere mortals, I'll tell you. Don't make me regret it. All of Maris Boredom depends on being in House Altair's good books. I supply them with top-class Gurgisum. And those noble masters don't let the Magistratum consign the Hab Zone to the rubbish heap just yet. Do you have any idea what'll happen to Maris Boredom if any link in this wildly unstable chain of divers my recipe for Gurgisum House Altair breaks? At best, will be servitorized. The alternatives aren't half as rosy. You've lied to me once. Why should I believe you? You don't believe me? Well then, maybe you'll believe one of the flock. He grins. Runaways go in both directions. There's this one lad couldn't stomach the beatings and the bands the flock love so much. He came to me, and in exchange for my help, he told me a whole lot of interesting things. Like exactly how to frame Arsimius, how to get around the security traps at the excavation site. Funny kid, eh? Those things that only someone who set up the excavation could have known. He shoots you a pointed look. He hides out in one of the huts on the cliffs. Comes out every few days, meets my people near the hawkers. Place takes supplies and Gurgisum. If you hurry, you might catch him there today. The Baron nods silently. I gotta go. Okay. So we did it. Oh my god, though. The amount of information we just got from this man. Way better than beating his butt up. So now you saw the quick save. Is this where I can go in now? Because he said go help yourself. Yeah. Do you have a freaking multi-charge? Repair kit. Repair. Okay. Nope. A multi-charge there. Here. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'll take those. What else we got? What else we got? Oh, hello, Melta. No. 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 It's fine. I'm just gonna pretend like the Baron and all of his barrenness haven't failed me. What's back there? Nothing. Okay. Cool. Well, I didn't see the Feisling, did you? I think, or maybe I did pick it up and I just didn't even see it. Okay. So we picked up a whole bunch of stuff. And now we gotta go. It sounds like back to the, like right out here. And one of those like top, where did he say he was? Echo the, okay, Flock Inquisitor. Okay, meeting point, lower town, slums at the foot of the technical tower at the marketplace. Okay, what's his name? Flock of Repentance has an, okay, and it's just a dude. We're just gonna go find a bro. That's great. Now, 6 new pieces of information. Oh, Lord help. Okay, so we have a third path for this. Let's first link up the ferals. Hello. Hello. Back here. Okay, let's do this first. So, the Baron is not afraid to resort to brutal methods to maintain order at the Hab Zone. I mean, I feel like we all knew that already. I don't know why that's weird, but yes. Okay, now you supply that House Altair. Right, great. I love that we've done this now. Up here. We've got this. We've got these. So now, third new option. So now we've got people from the excavation site were abducted by the clan of the swamp mutants who have been terrorizing the settlement. Bog beasts have been terrorizing the settlement, violated the non-aggression pact, and attacked the Baron's gang at the excavation site. Afterwards, but that doesn't necessarily line up. People were abducted by the clan of the swamp mutants who have been terrorizing. Like, I feel like that is the most likely, given that he said that he had to clean up the evidence. You know what I mean? So that would make sense. I mean, these both are actually passable conclusions. I am going to leave that there for a minute, though, and not touch anything because I want to see what this other dude has to say. Now, where is this new bit of info down? Okay, the Baron. Yep. We believe the bog beasts are deliberately... I don't think they're deliberately external. Well, they don't like him. Not that I blame them. Why would you like him? I don't even think the God Emperor likes him, okay? He's not a likable dude. And that's okay. Not everybody is gonna be. Bless their hearts. Some people are just like that. And the Baron's got one of those attitude, personality faces, whatever you want to call it. So, now, we are going, are we in the marketplace? Did we remember what this dude, is it you? Are you the bro? Hey! Next is his gaze shifts off to the side. Who are you? I'm Daubers, service number EW-54. Got no name. Throw them into the sea. They're just like numbers. The Ogren's disconcertingly loud voice makes the Dauber flinch. I like names. Cog. More good than a number. More short, too. Our names are the reflection of our souls, aspirations, and purpose. Yours are merely substitutes for serial numbers. Your masters must be thrilled by how eagerly you equate your selfhood with your given function. What do you do? I paint the missing so they can be identified. Their families come, bring food, brought gut. I paint. The Dauber's eyes track a passage of something invisible before he continues. But that's all nonsense. They believe these portraits on the walls will help find the missing. I paint them as a memorial to take place at the graves. Oh, that's what he's doing. That's actually quite nice of him. Okay. So we're looking for in the market. I think this is technically the market. Not Inktooth, not Trader. Did we get his name? Am I a former member has the Inquisition. Okay. Lower towns at the foot of the technical tower. What is the technical tower? Okay, this. I think this is the technical tower. Is that what that is? Oh, I bet it's you. Maybe? I don't know. Is that the technical tower? Do we have it on the map exactly? Marketplace, trader, marketplace. Wait, oh wait, right here. Yeah, boys. Hey, we know exactly where we're going. Wait for the runaway. Yeah! Oh, we haven't done one of these in a bit. Have we actually done one of these at all this time around? I don't know. I love how every Owlcat game, this interface changes a little, and like the artwork is always stunning. Okay. Maintenance chambers, pumping stations, utility pipes are noted surrounding the servo ossuarium. And the Acolytes team lies in ambush, watching the slow-moving throng of lower-level denizens from an abandoned structure. The suspect, hereafter, the subject, archivist's note, is approaching from the residential sections. External description: tattered work clothes, superficial lacerations, large chemical burn to the face. The subject hesitates, glances around, and appears noticeably agitated. He abruptly breaks into flight and attempts to flee. The Acolyte follows. The pursuit is obstructed by local inhabitants who have formed a crowd in a narrow passageway. Visual contact with the subject has been lost. The Acolyte decides to interrogate... Interrogate witnesses, gather information on the movements. The interrogation of select individuals from the rabble allows for an educated estimation of the fleeing subject's route. The group proceeds through technical structures and utility pipes. The picked recording shows industrial vats repurposed into fermentation distilleries. Acolyte discovers a technical compartment reconfigured into an oratory to the God Emperor. At the base of a hand-sculpted statue lies 8 severed human hands, all left ones. The remaining environmental elements can be characterized as a standard for the hive's lower sectors. To resume the pursuit, the Acolyte decides to take a shortcut. How did we fail? How? The Acolyte leaps. It had a 95. What in the XCOM? The Acolyte leaps along the edge of the vats. The agent of the Golden Throne's foot slips and plunges into an unknown substance. Part of the equipment immediately dissolves along the Acolyte's skin. The picked recording lacks sound, but there is a reason to believe the Acolyte is screaming in pain. After executing the emergency field stabilization protocol, the group resumes the pursuit. Acolyte signals with a gesture to report visual contact with the subject. The servo ossuarium captures the group's disheartening lag behind the target. The subject demonstrates an exhaustive knowledge of the urban environment and gains a lead of 5 structural levels. To close the distance, the Acolyte is compelled to order the Ogren to smash through the partitions blocking the path. Thank you. Acolyte's decision allows the group to emerge from the technical compartments and reestablish visual contact. The Acolyte picks up the trail ahead. Upper levels of rock-hewn habitats integrated into the Habzion's technical systems flash into view. To cover the final stretch. All right, Hamar, don't... Yes, Hamar! The Acolyte fires a shot, effectively reduces the target's mobility. The subject loses his balance and is distracted by tending to his wound, allowing the group to close the distance. The picked recording displays the upper level of the settlement. Marisportum, exhaust aggregates converted into habitation modules and rock-hewn dwellings supplemented by pedestrian suspension walkways. The elevation of the upper level suggests a prolonged and systematic expansion by the rabble into the Habzone's technical tunnels. The group closes in on the subject. Support cables for gangways flash across the picked frame. The pursuit escalates into a full-scale chase. The subject is within close range, and the Acolyte leaps onto the subject's back. Yes! Good job, bro. The Acolyte makes contact with the target. Having suppressed the resistance through physical force, the Acolyte restrains the subject's hands. The picked recording documents the subject being escorted towards one of the technical towers. The frame captures denizens of the Habzone who witness the pursuit. Most scatter or make efforts to avoid visual contact. Together with the subject, the team reaches the blind spot in the upper town. Acolyte demonstrates professionalism while escorting the subject to the interrogation site. The individual under escort attempts to initiate conversation with the Inquisition agent, but is met with refusal. Finally, the Acolyte verifies the absence of surveillance and proceeds to interrogate. We did it! I can't believe we did it. Guys, we did. I'm so happy. So happy we finally made it. Whew. At last, you managed to take a closer look at the runaway. Red stains spread across his shirt and trousers from abrasions earned in the chase. His face, burned and lumpen, resembles a mass of melted fat. He in turn studies you with equal intensity. His gaze lingers on the sigil peeking out from beneath your garment. His whole frame tenses. You found me. I have nowhere else to run. Do what you must. I didn't come here to kill you. I just have questions. If he feels surprised, none of it shows on his disfigured face. His bright blue eyes fix on you with a look of desperate defiance. I don't think I have a choice. The Baron said you know something about the flock of repentance that may be linked to the disappearance of workers from the excavation. The missing workers and the flock? He blinks surprised and lets out a bitter laugh. So you really weren't gonna kill me? Oh, nothing stopping you from killing me after the interrogation. That's how the Inquisition works. You speak as if you know our methods. I've heard stories. He turns his eyes aside, avoiding your gaze. What do you know about the Confessor? He shudders visibly. Confessor Simius, he is a preacher, a monster. Words fall short of him. He will listen to your sorrows, grant you hope, and then drive a blade into your back and twist it a few times. It's dangerous to listen to him, but he's impossible to ignore. He thinks himself the equal of a saint, but he'd never admit it. But you don't want to hear these truths, do you? You would dismiss them as a madman's tale. The truth is this. Confessor was not the same after his return from Silenza Sectors. Do you know this place? Not far from here. There was a massacre, and they burned it down because of it. Arsemius' scar, he almost tenderly brushes his burned cheek. He brought them back from there. Well, what compelled you to join? Confessor performs miracles for his flock. One was healed of a wasting sickness, another of his nightmares. I began to attend the sermons. I wanted to see with my own eyes, that the God Emperor had not abandoned us. I beheld, he buries his face in his hands, whimpers softly. He shakes with a violent tremor. In the cave high above Maris Boredom, a multitude of mutilated bodies. I had never seen such a thing. This is his judgment. The Punisher sent by him will come for those who have not washed away their transgressions in their own blood. I followed the Confessor so I would not share their fate, I and many others. Confessor discovered this place on his return from Silencia Sectors. The Cradle of Punishers was the name he gave the cavern. He and his followers thought the sign of the Punisher would come, that Maris Boredom was to be next. What is the flock? There are people who lost everything in the first flood, who now dread the water's return. For now, they are few, but grief and sermons of Confessor draw him more and more. When someone is lashed with a red-hot rod, it's better to stand on the side than hold the handle. The flock is devoted to the Confessor. The followers do as he commands. Most often, it's self-mortification or the torment of another. That's how they repent. His hand strays involuntarily towards his disfigured cheek, only to be snatched back in haste. The flock believes every woe of Maris Boredom is his punishment. They do not promise salvation, but they preach submission. Or so I once thought. Now I see the fanatics intoxicated by their own righteousness. His hand drifts towards his other forearm. With a visible struggle, he forces his fingers to unclench, tugging his sleeve lower. Not before you catch sight of deep gouges scored by his own nails into filthy flesh. Those who serve faithfully are granted ascension by the Confessor. Those who fear pain or will not inflict it on others, he sends to a sanctuary for re-education. So do you think Confessor Arsemius and his flock are responsible for the disappearances? I fled the flock before the noise of that machine on the outskirts stopped rumbling through the whole hab zone, so I can't be sure. But if the Confessor could have hidden an entire camp of workers anywhere, it would be only in his sanctuary. So that's what everybody was. The sanctuary. I don't know. Like the others, I thought it was merely a name for the tunnels where the flocks dwell. Yet those who led away for ascension or re-education were never seen again. The sanctuary lies deeper, not within the tunnels. You spoke of betrayal. Did he betray you? He buries his face in his hands. The silence stretches on. When at last he speaks again, you notice wet tracks cutting through the filth on his scarred features. Confessor Arsemius must have sensed my faith was weak. He promised me ascension, deliverance for the chosen, but he had something else in mind. I overheard him speaking with another, instructing him to ready the sanctuary for the ritual of penance. He was going to torment me before his flock until I died from the pain. Until I was cleansed, that's what he said, that bastard. The maimed man trembles from fear or fury, most likely both. God, I've heard everything. Wait, on the day I fled the flock, I slipped into the Confessor's chamber and took this. He fishes out a cloth pouch from the folds of his garment and withdraws an object resembling a withered finger. His relic. It was very important to him. Arsimius kept saying this was the key to the tomb of Sibelius the Infallible. Take it, but spare my life in return. My life is worth less than this shriveled finger. I've never set foot in Arsimius' sanctuary or in the tomb of St. Sibelius. Yet it seems to me they may well be the same place. None in Marisportum but the confessor could hold such a secret and bend it to his purpose. Of course, the locals mutter that there is another way into the tomb, one that's never been... Oh my... I know exactly where we go! We got the finger! Remember, Acolyte had his finger. We could stick that finger in that finger hole. I'm so sorry I said that way, but the finger in the finger hole. Tell me about yourself. That's an order. A bitter smile like a wound cuts across the scarred man's surviving cheek. I have no name and no face. I am no one. I have nothing to hide. Examine him closely. He quails beneath your steady gaze. His fingers worry at the cloth around his left wrist, and you notice another broad burn, raw red and white flesh marred with flecks of what might have once been a tattoo. Noticing your eyes, he tugs down his sleeve and mutters, an accident with acid. Clumsy of me. Why'd you run? His gaze slips to the sigil. I recognize the symbol. The Inquisition takes an interest in you. You run, even if you're guilty of nothing. Why'd the Baron spare you? I think I amused him. My face, the way I fled. I had nothing to offer in return, yet he agreed to help. He lowers his head slightly, letting the greasy locks fall in to hide his ruined features. You notice he deliberately averted his gaze, careful not to betray himself. He may not be lying, but he is certainly withholding the truth. He traded something for the Baron's protection. Have you always lived in Marisportum? I feel like a cop, not a detective right now. I love this game. The wretch's eyes dart from side to side. His jaw trembles faintly. I am not from here. You're one of Millicentilia's workers who fled, aren't you? His eyes widen. You know at once you've struck a nerve. He staggers, reaching for you with a trembling hand, repeating like a mantra, please don't tell her. She'll kill me. No, worse than that, please. I've been to the cave. You look calm, but I'm not surprised people like you are unmoved by carnage. The bodies bore wounds from some strange weapon. Do you believe they were left there by the so-called Punishers? Who else could have done such a thing? You saw not. No ordinary man could have. He trails off into silence, clenches his fist so tightly that his nails pierce the skin. And only then does he finish. This is not something an ordinary man could have done. I found the lair of a killer in the cave, the one who created the installations of bodies. Do you know anything? His gaze jerks up in surprise, only to lower it. Confessor warned there would be signs. A killer in the cradle of the Punishers. That is no mere coincidence. People feel what is coming. It changes them. It changes us. Who were the people in the cave? Followers of the flock, those who believed in the Punisher. After Confessor Simius' sermon, they began seeking proof that the Punisher had come to Marisportum. Gosh, darn it! What happened to your face? I have no face, Master, and I like it that way. No one looks for me, no one recognizes me, no one gives a second thought to another wretched freak. He runs a trembling hand over his cheek, which resembles melted wax. His nails biting into the seared flesh with loathing, a stark denial of his own words. The pattern of scar tissue layered across the skin indicates prolonged exposure to an acidic environment. Tell me, how many times did you douse your own face with acid to produce such an effect? The man flinches, lowering his eyes, and speaks in a near whisper. 4 times. To be certain, no one would even recognize me. I must be going. Will you spare my life? Yeah, you may still be. I'll spare you this time. Quietly, so your interlocutor does not notice, she murmurs, I do not wish to seem unduly troublesome, yet according to all applicable directives and protocols, we must eliminate such a witness before any potential leak occurs. For several moments, he watches you tensely, expecting a trap, but then forces the words on a ragged breath. Thank you. If you need anything else, look for me in the upper town. I usually hide deep within the cliff shelters to stay out of the flock sight. By the old heating pipes, I'll not flee. All right. We got ourselves an insider. I like this dude. 4 times. Who is he really? I bet we're going to find out before all this is over. Love this. Okay. Now, does this help my detectiveness? No. This does not help this at all. Okay. So we got a little bit more information. Now, I feel like at this point, I don't know, like, at this point, I got the finger. Let's go back to that place and see if I stick that finger in that hole, if that does anything for us. I would once again say I'm sorry I worded it that way, but you and I both know that would be a bold lie.